together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. Just me today, as we have, I believe, 7 or 8 games in the NBA, 15 games in the National Hockey League. So we've got quite the hockey card to go over for today. But and then we also have college basketball as well, which I think I need to put in plays for college basketball because I totally blanked on doing that. Cool. As well, because we have the early game here, which we do have a play on. So I gotta rearrange everything here, but it is what it is. But we'll recap yesterday, and then we'll get into today's card as soon as my computer would like to load. I think I need a new computer soon because mine's slow as hell. Come on. There we go. All right. So yesterday was up. It was slightly up. And it was because of my late ad at the end of there. It was all basketball yesterday for me. And I had the I forgot to track one play on my bet stamp. So I was up more than I thought I was because I forgot to track the over in the Temple game, which soared over the total there. I got the over at, I believe it was 55.5, and it was 48-27. UTSA hit the over all by themselves. Wait, nope, that was the last. Nope, that was not the. Why is this just? Come on, can you get to the right spot? There we go. It was 51-27. It was 51-27. I had the over 55.5 there in that one. So a nice winner in college football. College basketball was not bad. Started off with a loss with Cal State Bakersfield, plus the 6.5. They lose by 20. Illinois State plus 10.5 was a winner, though. Coastal Carolina minus 2.5 was a winner. Winthrop plus 20.5 was a winner. NC State minus 16 was a winner. Hofstra plus 29, loser. NBA went 1-2. The Brooklyn Nets did not cover the 5.5. We did not get 127 points from the Celtics as they had really, not a good scoring day. Only 108 points against the Washington Wizards. That was stunning to see the Wizards be able to shut down the Celtics like that. And yes, I consider that shutting them down when you're a team that's given up that many points and you're holding the Celtics to 108. And then I did add, once Jokic was announced in, I added the Mavericks plus 5, which was a winner there at the end of the night for that. So overall, up 1.5 units yesterday. So a winning day. And I've already got a decent amount of college football action for today. I got to add my college basketball as well, which let me see, because there's a couple 11 a.m. games that I am putting in. So we'll do that real quick. For the 11 a.m. games, these games start in a couple of minutes for college basketball. We are on we are if I can read the numbers right. We are on Cal State Bakersfield again at even money. We're on the Marquette Golden Eagles laying the 6. So there's that. And is that Georgia Southern game? Do I have time for that one? Or gosh, so that's a 12 o'clock game. So we'll put that one in now too. Georgia Southern minus 14 as well. So those are 3 early plays here in the morning. Georgia Southern, Marquette, and Cal State Bakersfield. For those looking to get a little early college basketball action there. So those are 3 plays we're on there. Let's see. Postcard for college basketball, please. Oh, crap. Yeah, I mean, I can't at the moment because I'm trying to run a show here. And unfortunately, but I can, but you have the spreadsheet. So you know the place. You have the spreadsheet. You got it. Temple over 55.5. Nice. Hudson Card, 200 plus passing yards. Nice. 2-0 there. Bakersfield did not get the job done. Yes, we're going back to him today, though. James Madison Lane, 2.5, no good. Yeah, Coastal, they took care of business. Winthrop, they did as well. Wofford, they did. Southern Indiana got the job done there for you. And so did Alabama State. Overall, solid day for you there in college basketball. Pacers plus 5.5, loser. Nikola Jokic, triple-double winner. There you go. I wonder what Nikola Jokic triple-double winner with the Mavericks money line would have paid. That would have been extremely uncorrelated and probably a really nice payout, which I was not on. Or I was only on the I don't play player props, but that was probably a really strong player prop look for whoever had it for that one. Bulls money line got the job done. The team total over for the Warriors did not get there. Laying too much juice on the money line got there. Yeah, I don't know. Did they cover the spread or no? I don't remember. I don't think they did. And then the Nuggets money line. Yeah, I end up getting +5 the other way with that one there. Jets team total over, and then you lost the Ducks. I believe that was an overtime as well. FCS is back. Oh boy, here we go. Duquesne minus 5.5. Let me get up the numbers to go over FCS there. Let that load so we can get to FCS. All right. Duquesne. I had Duquesne as a 7-point favorite in that game. 7-point. FCS is back. Columbia -7. I have them as 5.5. Dartmouth, I have them as an 11.5. Sorry guys, no one hotter here than Mr. Numbers. Another big night. Cool. Harvard. Let's see. Harvard -4. If I can spell Harvard, that would be great. There we go. I have them as a 6-point favorite. Richmond. Come on, computer. There we go. I have Richmond as a 7-point favorite. 7-point favorite for Richmond. I'm not clicking on them right now. I'm just going down the line. Robert Morris, 17. I have them at. LIU. I have them as a 1.5-point favorite. Holy Cross. I have Holy Cross as a 9.5. Rhode Island. I have them as a 12. So, yeah, there's all of those. 15 in the NHL. Yeah. Bucknell -3.5. I have them as a 6.5. Coyote gives us more games. Not enough yet. Yeah, I got you. Thanks. Nicholas Handy, what's good? Marquette minus 6.5, an official play there. Here we go, some college football. Army, I am on the opposite side, and I think Notre Dame's the best bet on the card today. I think this is a very similar game to Notre Dame Navy, where Notre Dame beats the crap out of Army. I think this is a 4-touchdown type of win. So there you go. Morning, what's good, Markel? Maxey was back for Philly. Bad read for me. He's a difference maker. Yeah. Cal State Bakersfield, even money. I'm on the same play there. She'll play SMU football. Team total over 37.5. What's good, Bailey? It's been a while. It's been a while, Bailey. Big NHL card. Yes, it is. Philly drafted well with the rookie from Duke. McCain has been unbelievable. They have a couple good young guys they can build around. They will be better. Yeah, I think there will be. Times to bet on the 76ers coming up. I do not think they will be as bad as they've been this early for all season long. That's just not going to happen. 2 more points in the standings. The Sabres are making history. Hashtag playoffs. Why not? Why not? My first instinct was Jets puck line and Ducks plus 1.5, and then I overthought the public plays and went Pens plus 1.5 and Sabres minus 1.5. Ouch. Real deal. I got greedy with your Sabres. Yeah. Show the charts. You'll be number 1 NBA. Yes, you are. But I wonder how much of that is the minus 900 bullshit you do. Last 46 NHL games, 13 overs, 33 unders. That's not good. Yeah. Army has a much different team. I know the same style, but Army QB is a Heisman type player. Yeah. Here's my also my other question here, and I went over this on the free pick video last night when I did this. I gave out Notre Dame on a free pick last night. And here's my ultimate question for you, Coyote Picks. Who is the best team Army has played so far? All season long, who is the best team that Army has played? I'll wait. Because when I looked at the schedule, I looked at what Army has done so far this year, and the best team Army has played is ECU. ECU is the only bowl-eligible team so far for them. So, oh, great. Covers is not working for me today. That's awesome. So, that was my question there. I can't believe the Caps are plus 3,300 to win the Cup. Yeah, and for those wondering, plus 3,300. If you bet $10 on, or you bet $100 on the Capitals to win the Stanley Cup, you'll lose $100 as it ain't happening. Tough year for taking NHL player props with all these unders. Yeah, and I'm surprised I haven't been on more unders this year. Usually I'm generally more of an under better than an over better. But that's more baseball than anything. But yeah, with that, Fordham for Fordham minus 3. I have them as a 3.5. Caps plus money today. Great dog. We'll get into that in a little bit. New Hampshire minus 3. I have them as a 2.5. Sorry that minus 900 BS is fugazi. Most of my bets have been normalized. I would love to go back and look at that. But, I mean, recently they've been better. But, yeah. Probably North Texas. Yeah, I agree. But 2 teams that are going to run a slow pace. All right, 31-10. 21-3. Caps have 0 chance of winning the Cup, though. Yeah, no, I would not bet the Washington Capitals win the Stanley Cup. That's not a bet that I would make, personally. Let's get started here with the NBA because we have a little bit of a card here in the NBA. Hopefully we get covers to want to work. please. But we have the New York Knicks and the Utah Jazz. The Jazz are the Knicks are 8.5-point road favorites, total 233.5. Line opened up at 8.9. It's down to an 8.5. Line opened up 227. It's all the way up to a 233.5. So a big move towards the over, and a move towards the Jazz as well. I want to see if maybe it'll work on Internet Explorer. So we have covers available. For the cash flow in this game, I still have college football up. Let's switch to NBA. And now it wants me to log in. So why not? Come on. There we go. We have, there we go, 59% tickets, 59% of cash is on the New York Knicks, and the line is moved towards the Jazz. And then we have 80% of the tickets and 81% of the cash is on the over here as well. Let's take a look at the matchup here. Let's see if on... Oh, I'm buffering. There we go. I hate my computer right now. Nope. Okay, covers is just not working today. That's annoying. All right. Annoying. Cool. We have the Knicks. The only thing I have is their ATS record in there because it won't let me go into matchups. 7-7-1 ATS, 9-6 over under. The Jazz are 7-8 ATS, 7-8 over under. So far this year, I really don't have an interest in this game too much. I'm just frustrated that freaking covers does not want to work right during my show. But yeah, no interest for me in this one. It'd probably be dog or pass if I'm betting this game, but no interest in this game here. Let's see. I think I have a little bit of a lead in college football. Yeah. Oh, my bad. Yeah, I forgot to do that. Let me quickly do that real quick. The leaderboards here. There we go. Let's get to the leaderboards for that. I'm just all over the place this morning, and we got a little bit of a show. All right. Coyote Pick still leads. He's up 20.52 units, Mr. Numbers, who is 26 games over 500, somehow yet only 4 units up. Maybe stop laying so much juice, and you'll be more than 4 units up at this record. And then forgot to move some names around because down there. We got Stop Geo there. All right. Victory Trades is in third, my bad, up 2.85 units. The real Mr. Numbers, the troll one there. I don't know how much I'm going to keep them on. 2-0. That's a troll. I'm not gonna let them lay nothing but -700, -900 and be on the leaderboard. Jay Trinidad 1-1 up 1 unit. Lex Steele 22-21 up 0.89 units. Everybody else is negative. In the NBA, Mr. Numbers is up 9 units. Lex Steele up 6.20 units. He's in second. Coyote Pick 6.11 units is in third. Victory Trades 2-0 in fourth. Everybody else negative. In the NHL, Coyotes picks 4.57 units. Markel up 2.82 units. We got to move these around because Jay Trinidad's in third, up 1 unit, and Victory Trades up 0.85 units. Nathan Turner 0-0 at 0 units there. And college basketball, Stop Geo's the only profitable person at 1-0. The NFL, I need to redo that because I forgot to adjust the NFL records from last Sunday. And then in college football, Coyote Pick 46-25, up 23.76 units. Everybody else, not everybody else is negative. Untouchable is 2 and 2 up 0.6 units. So that is the leaderboard for this book there. Let's see. Yeah, Notre Dame blowing everybody out, and Army can't run them. I just did. I think they can move the chains, holding the ball from Army, and Army doesn't make stupid mistakes like Navy. Fair. Jazz hands. Take a look here. St. Francis, PA. I have them as a 5-point favorite. Knicks minus 8.5. Alabama A&M. I have them as a 10. I'm just going to run down like this. San Diego. I have San Diego as a 2.5. Morgan State. I have them as a 1.5. He's passing on the first game there. I think I'm in first. Higher than I thought. Yeah. Sorry, Markel. 16 units down. Mr. Numbers. Yeah. Which, who knows? Behind me. Yeah. Elon minus 17.5. I have them as a minus 13.5. NBA, yeah. This college football in the chat is quite interesting. Yeah. You people do realize I'm up 25 units in 1 week here. Yeah, you had to climb yourself out of a big hole. So that's generally the way to do it, is have a good week, and then you can climb yourself out of a really big hole when you were really bad to start the month. So good job. You made a little bit of a comeback. But we will continue on here with the Orlando Magic. They're taking on the Detroit Pistons in this one here. We have the the Magic 9.5. It opened up at an 8.5. It got all the way up to a 10 at one point to come back down to a 9.5. Line opened up at a 207. It's now a 208. So we have a move towards the over here as well. Let's see if I can get covers up on my phone. Let's see if it's just my computer being stupid, or is it just everything in general? Because I would very much like to have covers available, because that is a big thing for me with Cappit. I have 57% of the tickets, 53% of cash is on the Pistons, yet the line's moving towards the Magic in this one here. 92% tickets, 93% of cash on the over in this one for this game. We have the Detroit Pistons. I forgot. Covers does not want to work for me at all. So this is going so well. The one thing I use, one of the big things I use is covers when I break down these games, and it's annoying when literally I try to go in and it's 5:04 gateway timeout. Because that's the way I cap the NBA. That's how I'm able to look back at previous games and things along that. And when it doesn't load, I don't have much of a cap, and it's frustrating because I want to be able to cap these games. But the Magic have been a really strong home team this year. And that's something that I would like to back, is the Magic at home, because I believe home teams in Magic games are on an incredible run. And yeah, the line's moving towards the Magic, but the line's moving towards the Magic, and the public's not even on them. So they are coming in off of that LA Laker game, though, which is a tricky spot because you had to travel all the way back across the country. But for me, It's probably another no play. It would be Magic or nothing, over or nothing, maybe a Magic team total over, but nothing here. Yeah. But 4 units in a month. Yeah. Adjustments. Yeah, pass. Markel. Members card today. Yes, members card today. You don't have to ask that every day, you know that, right? You can ask it if we haven't posted it by like 12:30, 1 o'clock, or half an hour after the show, but you don't have to post it every single day in the chat. Pistons points. Butler minus 9.5. I have Butler as a 2.5. So nice value there on Presbyterian. 446. Yeah. Is Orlando fully healthy? I don't know because my stuff won't load. Sorry. Because usually I can have the injury report. But of course, pissing me off today. So I have to figure out a different way to do this. It looks like it's still just Boncharo, but I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah. Penn minus 2.5. Let's take a look. I have them as a 4.5. Magic minus 9.5. Yeah, it would be Magic or nothing. I think this is a fade of Magic from West Coast back to the East Coast. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that there. Good luck, everybody. Brother in chat. There you go. Drake minus 19. I have them as a 16.5. What's your favorite college basketball pick? That hasn't started yet would be Cincinnati laying the points on the road. Maybe Charlotte minus the points would be the two leans there. They're different without Cade. Yeah. Best luck, Gio. Magic went out to party after a game winner in LA. I could see that. Pistons are Cunningham out for the Pistons. Big deal. He's the best player. Yeah, I can definitely see that. And is it their first game without him, though? Is it their first game without him? Did he just get hurt, or has he been playing? Because if this is their first game without him, this could be a spot where, yeah, this is his first game without him because he played on the 21st. And if he's out today, this is, so I guess that makes the Pistons a little bit more interesting. And now we understand why, the line is the way it is. So I guess that makes sense then. Monmouth minus 3. I have Stony Brook as a favorite in that game. Morning, Nick. What's good? Untouchable. Curry over 23.5 points. There you go. Timmy free weekend. Yeah, it usually is. Josh Hart over 27.5 points. Or PRA, my bad. Nuggets have been disappointing so far. Yeah, they kind of have, but I have a feeling they're one of those teams that does not care about the regular season. They're just trying to make it in. And once they make it in, they'll be fine. But yeah, the Nuggets, they're in that cruise mode where they know they'll make the playoffs, so the regular season's not important to them. Boncharo is still out, plus 1 day off from LA will be sluggish. I can see that. That's why I'm ultimately staying off. Albany minus 3. I have Albany as a 1.5. Pistons bounce back after a loss and Magic fade coming off a road trip. I could see that. I could definitely see that. Past this game, yeah. Nuggets without Jokic is a bottom feeder. Okay. Delaware -1. I have Villanova as a half-point favorite in that game. Pistons +10. Yeah, the more and more I look at it, the more and more I'm no longer interested in the Magic. Don't know if I would completely flip, but yeah, I'm no longer interested in the Magic. There's no question the Mavs are the best team in the West. They have so much depth, good at every position. I mean, right now, I would say Golden State's better. I'd say Oklahoma City is better. But yeah, I mean, they're a good team. They'll be in contention to win the West this year. But right now, current form, no. I would go with the Thunder or the Warriors. Nuggets should trade Joker. LOL, bench is awful, said 1,000 times. And I keep saying that's a fucking retarded move. If you were to trade Jokic, that's a fireable offense if you trade Jokic. Pretty plain and simple. So no, I will continue to disagree with that statement because you are not going to trade your best player just because you're off to a slow start, especially when he is the best player in basketball. You're not going to trade the best player in basketball. That's a fireable offense if you do that. So no, I will continue to stay. No, that is stupid and should not be done. South Carolina State -16.5. I have them as a 17.5. Chattanooga, the Mocs. I have Chattanooga as a 4.5-point favorite. Towson. I have Towson as a 5-point favorite. I mean, the Thunder did when Westbrook was unstoppable playing devil's advocate. Yeah. And look what that did to the Thunder. That derailed them for years. They were terrible for years. So no. I will never advocate for trading the best player in the sport. I will never advocate for the here's the thing, because yeah, you can trade draft picks, you can trade none of those draft picks will become Nikola Jokic. I promise you, none of those draft picks will be Nikola Jokic. So what you're doing is you're trading for a proven commodity that you know is the best player in basketball for unproven draft picks, which will have how good the Nuggets are, or whoever they're trading to, because you're probably trading Jokic to a contender. You're not getting high draft picks. If you're trading Jokic to a team, it's not going to be the 5th overall pick. It's not going to be the 3rd overall pick. It'll be the 20th, 26th. You want 5 years of that? No, thank you. That's stupid. Stop it. Let's move on. We have the Milwaukee Bucks taking on the Charlotte Hornets. We have the Bucks 7.5-point favorites, total of 224 in this game. Line opened up 222.5. Now it's a 225. So move towards the over. Line opened up in an 8.5 down to a 7.5. So it's a move towards the under here, or it's a move towards the Hornets here with 70% of the tickets and 62% of the cash is on the Bucks. 80% tickets, 90% of the cash is on the over in this game as well. The lines at least move towards the over in this spot. And right off that alone, I'm very interested in the Charlotte Hornets getting the points in this game. And when I'm looking at this Hornets team, I'm trying to see maybe if I can get up stuff on ESPN. Something along those lines. Because what do you call it? Because covers just refuses to work. The Charlotte Hornets are coming in off of a game where there we go. They lost in overtime on Thursday against the Detroit Pistons. Or no, they won in overtime against the Detroit Pistons. Previous to that, they lost by 1 point to the Brooklyn Nets and 14 points to the Cleveland Cavaliers. On the flip side, we have the Milwaukee Bucks, which I believe is coming in off of a pretty dominating win in their last game. They're starting to play better, the Bucks. They're coming in off of a 12-point win against the Pacers, where they're finally starting to get their mojo going. And yes, there will be spots to back the Bucks going forward. I just don't know if laying 7.5 against this Charlotte Hornets team that's been scrappy this year is the spot. They are coming in on a 3-game winning streak. They won by 1 point against the Rockets. They did not cover in that game, but they did cover in the next two, where they beat the Bulls and they beat the Pacers, and they covered in both those games as well. Could this be another game where they cover in a type of matchup like that? Sure. Am I taking the opposite side here, and I'm going to take the points with the Charlotte Hornets? Yes, I'm taking the points with the Charlotte Hornets in this game. Plus 7.5 over on Bet365. Give me Charlotte in this spot. I think this is too many points for the Bucks to be laying, and the markets kind of agree with it as well. So I'll take a shot here. Charlotte plus the points at 7.5 for this game. Cappertek only giving me a 7, but it is what it is. There you go. See. How many college football games are there? This is insane. Yeah, a lot. And it's only the FCS. This is the lower tier of college football that I get to answer every single game for. Eastern Kentucky. How many more are these? Eastern Kentucky is 8.5. Nuggets relying on Westbrook off the bench. LOL, he hit some shots last night, but they weren't even guarding him because he can't shoot. If he's a bench piece, I have no problem with him on the bench. If he's a starter, that's where you have a problem. No, I have no problem with Westbrook off the bench at all. So, yeah, Westbrook can come off the bench all he wants. I agree with you 100%. Yeah. Bucks -7. I'm on the opposite side of that. Thoughts on Coastal Carolina and JMU in football? I did not get to either game, I believe. I would lean with James Madison. I just don't trust App State. In Coastal Carolina, I would be interested in Georgia Southern at a 3. If you can get a 3 for Georgia Southern, I'd take it. But other than that, no thank you. Hornets smash. All right. Montana State. Montana State has been a good team this year. I have them as 13.5 point favorites in that one. Over 224. North Dakota State -2. They've always been a powerhouse in college football. They're 3.5. Yeah. Bucks on a run. Perfect sell high spot. Love it. St. Thomas. The Tommies. I have them as 3-point favorites in that game. Bucks on a roll. Look out. I won with them every game this week, but this is a back-to-back to have to see the injury report and wait. There you go. Northern Iowa. I have Northern Iowa as a 7. Davidson. I have them as a 6. Hornets ain't covering this game. No way the Hornets cover. No chance the Hornets cover in this game. None. They shouldn't even play. They just played. Yep. Pass. We'll move on. Chicago Bulls and the Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies 5.5 point road favorites with a total of 241 in this game. Another crazy high total. But the Bulls played last night, I believe, and that was a total of 246, and it went over the total last night. So now we get a little bit of a discount, 241. But yeah, line opened up 4.5. Now it's a 5.5. Line opened up at a 241.5. It's now down to a 241. So a move towards the under in this game, and a move towards the Grizzlies in this spot as well. We have 71% of tickets and 76% of the cash on the Bulls, but yet this line's moving towards the Grizzlies, which is interesting. And then we have 48% of tickets and 59% of the cash on the over. High total, so not an overly public over here as well, which I can definitely see points being scored in this game, even though the line has dropped half a point from 241.5 down to 241. Nothing crazy there. The Memphis Grizzlies, I believe they did play last night. Give it a second to load because nothing can ever just be quick. There we go. They played. No, they played a few nights ago. They played on the 20th, and they beat the 76ers 117-111 after back-to-back home games against the Nuggets. This is the first game of this is only a one-game road trip for them. Then they come back on Monday, 25th, there for that. Let's take a look at and then on the flip side, the Chicago Bulls. They're coming in off of a win yesterday, 136-122. I think this is a good spot for the Grizzlies. It's the second half of a back-to-back for the Bulls. They're coming in off a very satisfying win. The Grizzlies have had a few days off. The market's moving towards them. It's a one-game business trip. And the public's all over the Bulls. They just saw the Bulls dominate last night. I think we can maybe have this as a little bit of a sell high spot for the Bulls after that big win. I'll take the Memphis Grizzlies laying 5.5 in this spot here in Chicago. So Grizzlies minus 5.5 for me, minus 110 in this spot. Let's see. Where did we leave off? There we go. Giannis has been fire, but sometimes he doesn't play back-to-back. Fair. You don't seem too happy about it, Nick. No more lines are out, so you're in luck. I wasn't not happy about it. It's just sometimes it's a lot. It's just it's when there's 100 FCS games. It begins to be a lot at sometimes. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm interested in it as well. I just don't cap it super in depth, and maybe I will next year because there is value there. It's just. I have no problem with it. It just looked like a lot for a little bit there. Yeah, hard to give out plays this early in the NBA, even though I've been on fire. Okay, FCS lines take forever to show up in the sports books. LOL. I always only see 2 until close to noon when I can't vet them friendly. Yeah. Bulls plus 5.5. Coyotes on the Grizzlies, minus 5.5. Such a letdown spot for these Bulls after winning. Yeah. Grizz. Boy, I nailed the Bulls money line last night and team total over, but once again, it's a back-to-back, so you have to wait. Fair. Memphis spot. There you go. Does Memphis cover in basketball and football today? I didn't even realize they were playing basketball today. Who are they even playing it? Because that must have been a game that we didn't have lines available yet. So I don't even know who they're playing today. ECU is playing Illinois, Chicago, and they're 1-point favorites. I don't know. I did not cap it, to be completely honest. There was no line for it yesterday, and I didn't cap it. It's one thing you gotta keep in mind is sometimes with these lines, it's tough. So I've been reading NBA pretty good recently. I don't bet it seriously, but I like to put every game in a long shot parlay. In the past two games, I lost by 1 leg. Ouch. Past 2 nights, yeah. No way in hell I lay 5.5 Grizzlies. on the road with the Morant still out. Cool. Vermont minus 6.5, and you in Baltimore UMBC. Take a look. I have UMBC as a 2.5-point favorite, so I guess I would kind of lean towards them on the money line there if you can get a decent number. And Vermont, I think that line's about right. If anything, I have it at a 5.5, so at 6.5, it'd be a small lean towards Delaware. You have to watch the games to get a better feel for the NBA. Cool. Okay, more lines are out. There you go. I think 446. I think we got it. You're doing good in the NBA. Yeah, we get that. You don't have to remind us every single game we talk about. Thank you. I have Jackson State as an 8. Alabama State, they are a 9.5. I have them as a 9.5. Vandy LSU under. I don't know. I really don't like unders in LSU games. I'm not 100% sure about that game. I lean LSU a little bit, but nothing crazy. JMU and Wake Forest spread. Do I have James Madison spread today? No, I didn't have a line for James Madison. I do have a line for Wake Forest. I would lean slightly towards Detroit Mercy if it's still 22.5. I have it at a 21.5. Yes, we get that. Cool. Congratulations. You've had a good week after having a really bad week. So good for you. Portland Trailblazers and the Houston Rockets. We have the Rockets 12.5-point favorites in this game, total 226.5. Taking a look at the line history in this one here, where we have line open up at a 12.5. It's still a 12.5. Line opened up at a 223. It's now a 227.5. So we have a move towards the over, and we have no line movement on the side. Let's take a look to see at the cash flow. 67% of tickets, 67% cash on the Rockets, and the line's not moving. 48% of tickets and 59% of cash on the over, with the line moving towards, I want to say, the over in this game here. It has moved towards the over big time. This market kind of tells me that the Portland Trailblazers can cover in this game and that we're going to see some points, which I believe these two teams just played each other yesterday. Yeah, and it was 116-88. I would look for the Blazers to be able to score in this game. I would look for maybe a Blazers team total over. That's kind of what the markets are saying. And these two teams just played last night. Could be very easy for the Rockets to overlook them a little bit here. And we saw last night go under, so I can see this night go over. 88 points for them yesterday, and now their total is at 107.5. Yeah, I'll take Portland team total over 107.5 in this game. They just played yesterday. I also leaned full game over as well. I think people saw yesterday that the Blazers only scored 88 points and would have no interest in them there. But this is a spot where it kind of increases more interest for me in this game. So Portland Trail Blazers team total over 107.5 for me at minus 110. 107.5 minus 110 for this game. Portland, cool. Same game as last night, so the trend has been the same team covers, but not tonight. Yeah, I'm just going to ask them to score 108 points. That's it. Portland plus 12. Can see that. Thoughts on Iowa, Ohio State spread in the under, Michigan in the under, Ole Miss in the over. The only game that I bet out of those was the Ohio State game. I took the over in the Ohio State game, so do with that as you please. I did not bet the Michigan game. I did not bet the Ole Miss game. I did not bet the Iowa game. So passes on all the other ones there. Portland was embarrassing last night. Yes, they were. Are we interested in Giants money line tomorrow with a new quarterback? No. Not with Tommy DeVito. If they with Drew Lock, I would have been more interested. Not with DeVito. No. Especially when you have a pissed off Bucks team that I believe is coming off their bye week and a couple losses. Yeah, no. I'm no interest in the Giants whatsoever tomorrow. Embrace the tank. Embrace the tank. And yes, they're still tanking with DeVito. If they didn't want to tank, they would have put in Lock. Blazers team total over. There you go. And Giants +6. Yes, I'm taking it. Good luck. I don't know if I'll be on the opposite side, but I sure as hell won't be on the Giants. I promise you that. But we'll move on. Golden State Warriors and the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs are 3-point favorites, total 227 in this game. Line opened up at a 5. It's down to a 3. So an interesting line movement there towards the San Antonio Spurs. Line opened up at a 225. It's now 227. So move towards the over here as well. We have 89% of tickets and 93% of cash is on the over. And the line's moving towards the over. We have 83% of tickets and 73% of cash is on the Warriors. And the line's moving towards the Spurs, which tells me the Spurs are a very, very live dog in this game. The San Antonio Spurs, I believe they have been playing some pretty good basketball as of late. If I remember right. They are coming in off of a win against the Jazz and a win against the Thunder. So they're coming in on back-to-back wins. They're playing better, and they've won 3 of their last 5. Their only losses were to the Lakers and the Mavericks. So this is a Spurs team that's playing some decent basketball as of late. And the Golden State Warriors on the other side, they've been one of the better teams in the NBA so far. They're coming in off of a game yesterday where they won 112-108 against the New Orleans Pelicans. Kind of an underwhelming performance as a pretty decent-sized favorite, not covering in that game. And I look at this as an opportunity to take a shot with San Antonio as a dog in this one here. And I'm getting +3 for the Spurs. I'm going to grab it in this spot. I think the market's kind of telling us that the Spurs are a very live dog in this game. And also when we look at it being a back-to-back, would it surprise anybody if Curry doesn't play here? Would it surprise anybody if Draymond doesn't play here or something along those lines? So I wouldn't be surprised if we heard that. I'm gonna take the +3 here with the Spurs in this game. I believe this is a pretty strong spot here for San Antonio with the Warriors on the second half of a back-to-back. Fortunately, they're only giving me 2.5 on Cappertek, but it's -103. So we'll go ahead and take the Spurs plus the 2.5 in this game here. Who's picking up Jones? Dallas Cowboys. I think Daniel Jones will be a Dallas Cowboy. I can see it now. They'll pick him up. He won't start this week, obviously. He'll start next Thursday on Thanksgiving against the Giants and drop 300+ yards and 3 touchdowns, and they'll dominate the Giants in that game on Thanksgiving. So there's that. Mercer -13.5. I have them as a 17.5. Spurs, yeah. Giants team total over 16.5. Tommy Couplets will put up points. Yeah, I think maybe the over is worth the look because the Buccaneers defense is just terrible. So a bad Buccaneer defense. And maybe you can get it maybe as a backdoor when Tampa Bay is up 31-10 in that game. Maybe the Giants go down the field and score to make it 31-17. So yeah, Warriors -3 is an official play. Colorado and college football. I don't know about that game. Colorado feels like the ultimate trap. They really do. That would be rock, chalk, Jayhawk, or nothing for me. It would be the way I would approach that one there. South Dakota State minus 12.5. I have them as 14.5. Spurs plus 3. And the under 227.5. 227. Giants team total over 16.5 is minus 130. Cool. Come back tomorrow with it. And yeah. Northern Arizona. The Lumberjacks. I have them as a 4.5. Stanford and ball. Which ball? Football, basketball. I'm assuming basketball. I think that line's right. They're 1.5-point favorites. I think that's exactly where they should be. Abilene Christian. I have Stephen F. Austin as a 3-point favorite in that game. Wrong team favored. Spurs money line. Bucks give up points. Tommy Cutlets is back. I think in the long term, Tommy Cutlets undrafted for a reason. Lean Spurs. Sanford plus 2.5. I have Sanford as a plus 2.5, so I think that line's right. Yeah, another back-to-back. Have to wait. Wemby is out. Yep. It's their first game. Is it their first game without Wemby, or did he get hurt last game? I don't know. Dallas is not picking up Jones. He said it. That's unfortunate. That would have been hilarious. I really wanted to see that. They'll just continue going with Cooper Rush because that's better than Daniel Jones. Tarleton State, I have them as a 6-point favorite. UT Martin, I have them as a 16.5-point favorite. Dallas going to tank for the draft. Yeah, I just wanted to see that. It would have been hilarious. I don't know. Maybe he'll be a Panther or something like that then. Maybe a Raider. The Raiders can pick him up. He can be a starter there. I have Weber State as an 11. Georgetown minus 19. Texas A&M minus 2.5 in college football. I have them at a 2.5. Yeah. Wemby's been out. Okay, fine. So that didn't impact the number whatsoever. Cool. 6 more games, I think. You're all good. Last game in the NHL or in the NBA, and then we get our 15-game NHL card. We have the Denver Nuggets and the Los Angeles Lakers. We have the Lakers 4.5-point favorites in this game with a total 235 in this spot. Let's take a look at the line history in this game. Where it opened up at a 3.5, it's now a 4.5 for the Lakers. So the line's moving towards LA. Line opened up 229, and it's done nothing but climb. It's all over to a 235 now. So move towards the over as well. Let's take a look at the cash flow. 54% of tickets, 56% of the cash is on the Nuggets, and the line's moving towards the Lakers. And then 72% of tickets, 71% of the cash is on the over in this one. The line should move nothing but towards the over in this spot here. The Nuggets are coming in off of a on a second half of a back-to-back, but they lost last night, so maybe they're a little bit more motivated in this game here. I mean, I have no interest in this game whatsoever. We know the Nuggets own LeBron James, so I can see the Nuggets winning this game plus the points. Don't like that the line's gone from 3.5 to 4.5, though, if you're interested in the Nuggets with the money coming in on them. So ultimately, that'll be enough to keep me off in this game. I can see the Lakers winning this one and covering. But am I betting this game? No. No. It's a pass for me. But I guess I would only lean Lakers in this game, laying the points. Maybe it's a Laker team total over in this spot with the line moving towards the over, the line moving towards the Lakers. Let's see if that's in a reasonable number. If that's below 120, I'm kind of interested. 119.5 for the Lakers team total over. I could see that. I'm kind of interested in that, actually, to round out my card is the Lakers team total over. We know the Lakers offensively. Well, I can't say that because, of course, covers isn't working. So, but I want to take a look. Let's see if they'll have it on their stats. Will this load? Maybe I can have – no. Okay. I didn't think so. It'd be Lakers team total over nothing for me. That would be the way I would approach this game. I don't want to lay the points with the Lakers, but I could see them putting up points. The Nuggets have been a good over team this year. This line's done nothing but move towards the over, so it's an over. Let's see. Coyote, I've never even heard of the teams you were mentioning. Are these softball or volleyball teams? It's basketball, dumbass. I've heard of all these schools before dealing with college basketball the last few years. I've heard all the schools and I know basically all the mascots. So there you go. Wrong game. That's basketball. Yeah. I skipped a few spots. Cowboys and 49ers missing the playoffs is going to be fun. Yeah. Cooper Rush is a bum. Made a name off of beating the Bungles. Has done that ever since. Yeah. Florida A&M. Let's see. Florida A&M. I can type. That'd be cool. All right. I have them as an 8-point favorite. Lakers. I can see that. St. Thomas. I have them as 3.5-point favorites in this game. Coyote, I never heard of these teams you mentioning. That's right. I already mentioned that comment. Then you don't watch college basketball. Yeah, no. Portland State plus 20 and 14.5. I have them at a 17.5. Pass, yeah. Anyone betting this much college needs to call the number. Wrong. If you can just, I use indexes and power rankings and stuff like that. So I can't stand college basketball. Too many timeouts drives me nuts. Okay, Boomer. Southeast Missouri State. I have them as a 14.5. Nope, wrong one. That's Missouri State. That's Southeast Missouri State. I have Tennessee State as a favorite in that game. Denver team total over 115.5. UC Davis minus 12.5. I have them at a 14.5. I have to admit 446 doesn't know much college basketball. Yeah, we know. Idaho. I have Idaho as an 8-point favorite. And finally, McNeese State. Turns out McNeese isn't even a state. I have them as a 5.5-point favorite in that game. So that's all the FCS. There you go. Nothing worse than watching college basketball on TV. Timeouts are brutal. Cool. I don't watch many of the games, so this is too many points for the Grizz when they've been trash away and the Bulls play them tight. Call me Mr. Public. Fair. The only basketball FCS teams in football I want to look at are the Jackrabbits, the Bison, and the Bobcats. Montana State, North Dakota State, and South Dakota State. Yeah. Look at my college football record. There you go. Nick, give Coyote the 1-800 video. He needs help. No. If you have an angle, you can bet anything. So no, I will never give a 1-800 button for someone betting college sports. Never. Let's get into some NHL, why don't we? We have the Chicago Blackhawks taking on the Philadelphia 70. Oh, no, not the 76ers. The Philadelphia Flyers. Both trash, so it doesn't really matter. We have the Flyers as minus 150 favorites, total of 6 in this game. First off the bat, the Flyers should not be laying $1.50, I think, to almost anybody in the league, even the Chicago Blackhawks. The ultimate question is, do you want to back the Blackhawks at this number? Because my projections have the Flyers around a minus 130, so I thought that line was this line's a little wide. But is there enough? Is there enough really to get involved with the Blackhawks in this game? My total projected for this game was 5.6. We've seen Chicago struggle offensively. They're putting up 2.153 expected goals for the last 10 games. And the Flyers are doing the exact same thing, 2.56. So neither of these teams offensively put any fear in me whatsoever. Kind of interested maybe a Flyers team total under. in this game. If we're looking at it in this spot, unfortunately, the 3.5 for them is minus 145. So there's just no value there whatsoever. We are starting to see some 5.5s. So that is not a number I would like to get involved with. And the 6s for the unders are juiced. So not particularly a spot I'm getting involved with. Let's see. We are getting plus 140 with the Blackhawks. I'm going to take a shot here with Chicago. And I want to put my money where my mouth is, saying that the Flyers are overpriced in this spot and they should not be laying this type of number to anybody. So for me, it is Blackhawks. Blackhawks money line for me in this one here. The Blackhawks are coming off of what? Where are they coming off of? They're coming in off of a game against they're coming off a nice win there. Maybe they take some momentum off of that win against Florida in their last game. And the Philadelphia Flyers, they're coming in off of a game against, I believe it was the Carolina Hurricanes. Yeah, they got dominated in that game. And this is a team that I'm projecting for some bad negative regression. I mean, when you're giving up you're putting up 2.56 expected goals and giving up 3.31 over the last 10 games, I have no interest in laying a number with you. So yeah, sign me up. Blackhawks plus 140. Blackhawks plus 140 for me. That's one. Go. Please show my record for these fools. I did in the beginning. You are in college football 46 and 25 up 23.76 units. There you go. LOL. Flyers are good. Nice to see. Nice to see you get off the Flyers suck train. No, the Flyers do suck. The Flyers do suck. That's what I was saying. Their advanced analytics suck. They're still a young rebuilding team, and they're going to go nowhere. They're not making the playoffs. I will guarantee that. And they're going to be competing with Pittsburgh and Columbus for the bottom of the Metro. There you go. Flyers money line. I need Drewski. I need juice in the NHL. In the NBA, you can give me the spreads, and I'll assume minus 110. I need juice in the NHL. Under and Flyers not interested in the Blackhawks after they shunned the Panthers. Yeah, I'm also higher on this Blackhawks team. I think now I need to take a look at standings real quick in the NHL before I go ahead and do this. But I would like to make a prediction that the Blackhawks finish with more points in the standings than the Philadelphia Flyers. I'm higher on the Blackhawks. I'm lower on the Flyers, obviously. The Flyers have 18 points in 20 games. They are second. They're tied for. They're in second last in the Metro. The only team below them, Pittsburgh, who has 18 points in 22 games. Chicago has 15 points in 20 games. Okay, so they have 3 more points in the same amount of games. The Flyers do than the Blackhawks. I think the Blackhawks will finish with more points than the Philadelphia Flyers this year. And you can bookmark this. You can clip this. The Chicago Blackhawks will finish with a better record than the Flyers. Supness, what's good, Lex? Hawks money line plus 144. Love it. Flyers trending down. Yeah. Will Bedard go 12 games without a goal? Maybe. I also think I like Chicago. Yeah, especially at this price. Now, if this is a pick'em, I'm not betting Chicago. If you're giving me minus 115 on the Flyers, if it's like minus 115 or minus 110 on both sides, I'm not betting it. So yeah. I'll say it again. The Blackhawks randomly beat playoff-bound teams and then lay duds against bottom dwellers. That's fair. Blazers, Rockets, under 228, minus 110. There you go. Under 6, what's the line? Put me in official. Look up the line. I believe I lost all minus 125. You give me the under. Type in the under with the juice. I'll put it in for you. Blackhawks are a donation to the books. I love when my bets are called donations. Love it. Bedard plays wing now, so he's going to focus more on goals, less responsibility, and he can focus on goals. I like that move for him there. The Flyers are going to be a 500 team. I can guarantee you they won't. Currently, they are Now, are you talking NHL 500 or are you talking 500 in general? Because I could see them being NHL 500, but losing like 8 games in overtime, and they're 8 games under 500. Are you talking money line 500? Or are you talking NHL 500, where it is wins and regulation losses, not overtime losses? So let me know on that one there. They're 8, 10, and 2 right now. So minus 160 on the Flyers money line there. Okay. Let me star that one there. Chicago Blackhawks race to 2. Chicago Blackhawks race to 5 shots on goal. And the Blackhawks in regulation plus 205. There you go. By the way, Lex, with these shots on goal, can you message me if they win or lose? I'm tired of having to go into the game and count them. But yeah. Yeah, after that, after being on the Hawks versus the Panthers, I'm staying off. That's fair. Robert Morris, Wagner, Georgetown, Mercyhurst, Mississippi Valley State, Morehead State, North Carolina A&T. I'm assuming these are all football. Let me know. I'm assuming these are football. For that. Yeah. Flyers are 10 times better of a team than the Hawks. Only reason they beat Florida is because because it was in Gamo. And Presbyterian plus 9.5. Yeah. Before the 11 games. Fair. Okay, college sports. We're not talking college sports, but it is in the chat. That's just the way it's going to be. I really want to take Golden State Warriors, but that market screams trap. I did take the Spurs plus the points in that game. Under 6, there you go, minus 125. Blackhawks have a slight edge goalie-wise between them and the Flyers. Yeah, the Flyers, their goaltending has been hot garbage this year. Which, yeah, I don't think the Blackhawks are a team to take advantage of it. But it is what it is. Boston University over 144.5. Monmouth, there you go. SMU. Okay. Lex, can you let me know which I'm assuming Boston University and Monmouth are basketball. Is everything else football? Please let me know. Because it's college football Saturday and almost everybody's playing. So please let me know which ones are basketball, which ones are football, please. I marked it down. Just let me know, please. These teams are average. Well, both these teams are average. Yeah, I also have the Blackhawks over 73.5 points this season for future, and I have the under for the Flyers as well, 85.5 there, and I believe I'm going to cash that under 85.5 points. I get it; it's not enough time, but y'all have some of the best angles on college sports. We try. Why the Jets are underdogs versus the Preds, even with the backup, pretty simple. Then our second half of back-to-back. I will move on that game. Just it'll be the over. Kings Kraken under 6 minus 160. Devils money line. Football on now. Must go. Good luck all. Here you go. Let's move on. Seattle Kraken ends the LA Kings. The Kings minus 165 favorites with a total of 5.5 in this game. This is a system play there for people who like the system play. It'll be the over 5.5 because the Kings are coming in off of a 1-0 shutout loss against the Buffalo Sabres. In their last game, it was a game where really it wasn't because of lack of chances. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen was awesome in that game. They had 3.97 expected goals for. And the Kraken are coming in off of a shutout win against the Nashville Predators. So now, granted, the shutout wins do not implicate anything for the system play, but shutout losses do. And I kind of think this is a nice little bounce back spot here for the LA Kings if we're looking at that as well. The Kings minus 165. I'm kind of leaning towards Kings minus 1 in this game. Kraken coming in off of a nice game. But this Kings team has been playing really well at home this year. And this is definitely I definitely don't want to back the Kraken after a really nice win like that. My numbers have the Kings around minus 190, minus 200 favorites in this game. So I see line value here with the Kings in this game. And I kind of want to take the -1 line. Maybe it's just a team total over for the Kings at 3.5 plus 125. I see something maybe along the lines of 4-2 in this game. I'm going to move on both, though. I'm going to take the Kings -1, and I'm going to take the over 5.5. Over 5.5 is -105. Kings -1. Let me type that in. -165 plus 160. Now this Kings -1 plate goes directly against my two futures on this team. I have the under for the Kings and the over for the Kraken, but I don't think there's a good spot for the Kraken. -102. So Kings -1, -102, and the over 5.5 for me in this game here. Kings -1, -102. Over 5.5, -105 for this one here. Let's go down and post these. Wow, they're giving me plus money on Cappertek for it. Nice. Okay, here are all the FCS plays. Okay, so Robert Moore was all that basketball then? Over 5.5 in Seattle. I like it. Yes, Boston University and Monmouth are college basketball. Rutgers and everything else is college football. Cool. Thank you. I just want to make sure. FCS plays. Robert Morris, Wagner. Okay. There you go. Georgetown, Mercyhurst, Mississippi Valley, Morehead State, North Carolina A&T, Presbyterian, Stony Brook, Hampton, St. Thomas, Mercer, Valparaiso, Stephen F. Austin, Tarleton State, Portland State, Tennessee State. Wow. I redid the ones. Okay. Gotcha. So they're all together. Kings -165, over 5.5 -105. Yeah. Confirmed goalie for the Flyers is Is it Kolosov? I believe it would be Kolosov there. So yeah. I'm just gonna do that. All right. So there we go. I'll post it there. Rolling on the river. Seattle +0.5 first period, under 6.5, and +145. Okay, I'm on the complete opposite side of you there. I'm on the Kings and the over. So let's keep it going now. We have the Minnesota Wild. Let's get wild. They're -140 with a total of 5.5. Let's take a look at the my projections for this game, which actually have the Flames kind of as a spot where there I would kind of show a little bit of value here with Calgary in this game. They've been pretty good as of late. They're coming in off of a game where I believe they lost in overtime to the New York Rangers, and they won in overtime against the Rangers. That's right, they won. No, was that in overtime? No, that was in regulation. They won 3-2 in regulation. That's right. Wow, that was an impressive win there for the Calgary Flames in their last game. The Minnesota Wild are coming in off of a 5-3 win against the Edmonton Oilers as well. This Wild team is not one I want to bet against, and I need a good reason to bet against them. I'm very high on this Wild team. I'm so pissed I never took futures with them over their point total to make the playoffs, things along those lines, because this is a good Minnesota Wild hockey team. And defensively, they're awesome. They're giving up 2.53 expected goals against over the last 10 games. I just don't see a need to lay $1.40 on the road with them, but I mean, I definitely don't want to bet against them. It would be Flames or nothing, though, for me. If I'm betting this game, I would take a shot at the Calgary Flames, but overall, not a game I'm getting involved with in this one. Let's see. Carl Anthony Towns over 26.5. There you go. My head hurts from all of that. That makes sense. Wild money line and Eck over points. Yeah, Kaprizov over points as well. I know it's a system play with one team getting shut out while the other team won by shutout, but there's the Kings offense coming from. Where's the Kings offense coming from? Yeah, I can understand that. I can definitely understand that argument, but I like the spot there. Let's move on. What an interesting matchup this next one is: the Colorado Avalanche and the Florida Panthers. Panthers -125, total of 6 in this game. And I have this game projected for the Avalanche to be a favorite in this spot. So at first look, yeah, I'm very interested in the Avalanche. They're coming in off of a 2-1 win against the Washington Capitals. And they've now won 2 games in a row. They beat the Flyers, they beat the Caps. On the flip side, the Florida Panthers, they're coming in off of a 3-1 loss against the Chicago Blackhawks. This is not a now if they beat the Blackhawks in that game, I'm on the Avalanche in this spot. I think there's value on the Avalanche here as a dog, and I still think there is, but I just don't want to fade the Panthers off of a bad loss like that. And I get it. The Avalanche probably could still win this game. They've been pretty good as of late. 3.60 expected goals for per game over the last 10 games, 2.896 against. They've been really strong, and when we look at this Florida team, they're winning games, but their advanced numbers are not the greatest when it comes to it as well. I would lean Avalanche, but the fact that they got beat down the way they did against the way they lost against the Blackhawks in the last game is enough to keep me off the game. Definitely a very interesting matchup. This was the matchup I wanted to see in the Stanley Cup last year because I had futures on both. But I mean, I could see the Avalanche as a dog being worth a shot here in this one, but I'm not fading the Panthers off of that loss either. So pass for me. 2 teams I'd rather bet on than bet against. Calgary plus 1.5 and the under 6.5. There you go. Florida money line plus minus 125. You're all good. It's just sometimes it's really difficult to understand to know whether or not it did win or lose because all I do is go through ESPN on the play-by-play and count them up, and I don't want to mess that up and mark one a loser when it was a winner or mark one a winner if it was a loser and things like that. So there you go. Blackhawks over 2.5 is even money. They do have trouble against bottom dwellers, like the guy said, but just hand wild card losses to good teams. There you go. Barkov assists, and Rodriguez over 0.5 point, plus 120. There you go. Panthers could be a trap, but I'm going for it. Panthers in the under 6.5, plus 110. Plus 210. It's not a bad look. Panthers minus 125. Yeah, I could see that. We'll move on to a game. I did do a free pick video for this yesterday for picks and parlays. And I need to move on this here. Let's go ahead and grab it because I am on the over in this game. We have another system play in this spot, and I actually like this. I like this system play more than the Kings game. So let's get it out of the way. I'm on the over 6 at minus 120 in this game. Let's get into the matchup. We have the Nashville Predators and the Winnipeg Jets. The Jets are coming in off of a nice win yesterday. They won 4-1. They started Hellebuck in that game, which was very interesting. Knowing that the Nashville Predators were on deck, they started Hellebuck yesterday against the flightless Birds of Pittsburgh, who are the worst team in the Met this year, which is so much fun to watch. But I don't get why they threw Hellebuck in yesterday. And they're throwing Comrie to Nashville, which even though yes, Nashville is the better team between the two. I mean, they've not looked good, but they are the better team, and they are a divisional game. So I'm shocked that they went Hellebuck unless they plan on playing Hellebuck back-to-back games. But I'm on the over 6 at minus 120. I do believe that that Nashville, they can get their offense going here against Eric Comrie. I do have this game projected for 6.23 goals, so it's a slight. I see a slight bit of value on the over here in this spot, and I see value on the Jets here in this game as well. I don't think the Jets should be dogs in this game, and I get it. It's the second half of a back-to-back, so that's a tricky spot as well. But you're giving me a dog price in order to fade the Nashville Predators with the Winnipeg Jets. Call it a trap, call it whatever. I'm betting it. I'm going to add this as well. Jets money line for me. And yes, there will be times to fade the Jets. I just don't think as a dog against a struggling Nashville Predators team is the place to do it. So give me the Jets money line at plus 112 and give me the over 6 here at minus 120. Or plus 115 for the, I have to take the Flames for value. These two teams are even in the Wild. They're due for an away loss. That's fair. Jets money line. Connor anytime goal. There you go. Jets game over 6. Josh Morrissey assists. Preds money line on the opposite side there. There you go. Mark Scheifele assist. Going to try to thread the needle here. Winnipeg over 5.5 and Nashville plus 2.5. So maybe a 4-3 win in overtime for Winnipeg. Nikolai Ehlers, Jets money line is a trap. I can't do it. The only way I can argue this not being a trap is pretty plain and simple. Nashville Predators are home. It's the second half of a back-to-back for the Jets. It's an Eric Comrie net, and it's not Connor Hellebuck. There's my arguments to why that could not be a trap. Nino Niederreiter over half a point as well there at plus 158. There you go. Let's keep it going here. We have the Carolina Hurricanes and the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Hurricanes minus 240 favorites in this game. Total 6.5 in the spot. Now, the Hurricanes offensively have been awesome this year. 4.12 expected goals per game over the last 10 on average. Offensively, they've been a little bit of a juggernaut. They're coming off of a loss. So we do have a pissed off Hurricanes team coming in. And the Blue Jackets in their last game, what a freaking game that was. They win 7-6 in overtime against the Tampa Bay Lightning. And could this be a little bit of a letdown spot for them? Potentially. The Carolina Hurricanes, all they've done is score goals this year. They've, I believe, in every single one of their wins except for one, they've put up at least 4 goals. So their team total over is probably a better look than their puck line or anything like that. Unfortunately, it's 3.5 at minus 150. The puck line is plus money. I would only look towards Carolina puck line in this game if I'm looking to bet this one. Maybe it's a Carolina first period puck line if you think that Carolina can jump out early. This is also the third game in 4 days for the Carolina Hurricanes, and they're on the road. I don't like laying minus 240 on the road to begin with. Minus 240 on the road with a team on a third game in 4 nights, kind of tricky as well. No interest for me in this game. It's a simple pass. 446 leaves after NBA. He can only cap one sport. Yep. Anytime goal, Connor plus 145 and Forsberg plus 150 worth a look. Also he's, I think, second to last in hockey. He's like down 12 units, but he won't tell you about that though. Canes minus 1.5 plus 105. Natchez anytime goal. Svechnikov anytime goal. There we go. Canes puck line. I gave you my FBS players right earlier in the chat. Let me take a look. No, I do not have your FBS plays. I only have your FCS plays in your college basketball and your NBA and your hockey. My usual system play: CBJ first period plus 0.5, under 7.5, and plus 2.5 at plus 150. Interesting. We'll continue on. Oh, you did. I never started. I don't know why it wasn't showing up there as something I starred. Yeah, you did send them in earlier. I just, for whatever reason, never started. Okay, appreciate it. I start everything else. I don't know why. Yeah. Jackets usually play Carolina tough. I could see that. FBS, I thought I did since we were talking about. Yep. You're all good. I just forgot to click it for some reason. Let's move on. New Jersey Devils and the Washington Capitals. This is the second game now without Alex Ovechkin. And I think this is when we're finally going to start to see the regression of the Washington Capitals. I really, really do. And we have the Devils are minus 135 favorites with a total of 6 in this game. I'm very interested in New Jersey in this one. We have New Jersey. They are coming in off of a win against Carolina. And the Capitals are coming in off of a loss against Colorado. I do think this Capitals team is going to struggle without Alex Ovechkin. I really, really do. And I kind of have to throw away the numbers right now for Washington as of late, because this is a team that, you look at them and their advanced numbers right now, other than the Colorado game, all have Alex Ovechkin involved with them there. And usually, and this is the second game, so this is not the first game where I want to back them. I did that last game and lost with them against the Colorado Avalanche. But with this spot here, I think this is a good opportunity to back the New Jersey Devils. Now, I can get minus 135 for the Devils. The money line's not a bad look here at all. I kind of want to go for a score, though, here. And I want to take the New Jersey Devils on the -1 line at +119. And that's exactly what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go for the score. Give me +119, Devils -1 in this game. Yes, the Capitals do play the Devils tough. I've noticed that in the past. But no Ovechkin, I want to fade the Capitals going forward now. And I think this is where they do start to fall off a little bit. I do think they overachieved to start the year. And they are 13-5-1. And they're in a good spot in the standings. I mean, the team that's what would be have to pass them in order for them to fall out of the playoffs is the Boston Bruins. They're 9-9-3 at 21 points. That second wild card spot's wide open right now because everybody's within 5 points of it. Buffalo has 21 points. So does Boston. The Islanders have 19. Columbus, Detroit, Philly, Pittsburgh have 18. So, this is definitely a wide open race, which the Capitals, I mean, I don't know how much they really have to worry right now. Granted, I mean, I'm kind of interested to see one line real quick, and I want to look it up, but I don't want to take too much time doing it. I would like to take a look what the Washington Capitals to miss the playoffs are. Because we got the news yesterday that Ovechkin's going to miss 4 to 6 weeks. So they're going to be without their best player for 4 to 6 weeks. And if we could get a really nice line for them to miss the playoffs, I'm kind of interested in it. Team futures to make the playoffs. Washington Capitals plus 235 to miss the playoffs. Why not? Why not plus 235 for the Washington Capitals to miss the playoffs? I'm interested in adding that to my futures. Is Washington to miss the playoffs at plus 235? But I'm on the Devils here, -1, plus 119. Probably get confused when I recap and stuff. You're all good. It all looks the same, fair. Caps money line, plus 118. Devils puck line, plus 170. Pass. Washington and under 7.5 plus 180. I decided to go to this game live. I want my Capitals gravy boat for the next week. Okay. Pierre-Luc Dubois, anytime goal. Andrew Montagapane, anytime goal. Tom Wilson, anytime goal, plus 280. Fair. So no, only Drewski likes the Devils with me here. Fair. Detroit Red Wings and the Boston Bruins. The next game here, the Bruins -135 favorites, total 6 in this game. It's crazy. We think the Bruins are so bad. They're tied for that second wild card spot with the Buffalo Sabres right now. And they're nowhere near dead. And this is the second game with Sacco as the interim head coach. And taking a look at the spot, I have the Bruins projected around -140, -145 range. So I do see a little bit of value with them there. I have this game projected for 5.688 goals. Now, the ultimate question is, was that game just a game where they stepped up and played a good defensive game? Or is this the type of style that Sacco is going to run with the Boston Bruins? Is more of a defensive-minded, goal prevention type of game? Because we have the Bruins coming in off of that shutout against the Utah Hockey Club. And the Red Wings are coming off of a 2-1 win in their last game there. I have this game projected for 5.688 goals. Now, I want to see another game for under Sacco for the Bruins here, as for totals perspective. And there's only 1/6 left on the board, and it's over on DraftKings at -135. So I'm going to stay off the under here because I don't like the under at 5.5. I would lean a little bit heavier at the 6. So ultimately, a stay off spot for me, but I would only look towards the Bruins in the under would be my lean in this one here. So maybe a Red Wings team total under, but not a game I'm getting involved with here. I don't feel like laying a number with them on the road, but yeah. Red Wings money line, I can see that. One small bomb, Chikrin, 6-1. There you go. Draw for the Red Wings, plus 300, yeah. Under 5.5, -105. I was kind of leaning in that direction. Larkin, anytime goal. DeBrincat, anytime goal. Bruins money line, pass, and Lucas Raymond assist. All right. Let's keep it going. We still have 7 games left, and we've been going for an hour and 35 minutes. The Ottawa Senators and the Vancouver Canucks. The next matchup here, the Sens are minus 140 favorites, total of 6 in this game. Let's take a look at the projections for this game here, where I have the Senators projected as a favorite in this game, around minus 125, minus 130 favorite in this game. So I really don't see too much value on anything there. As for the side, or as for the total, I have this game projected for 5.41 goals. Neither of these teams have been anything special on offense. The Canucks are averaging 2.47 expected goals per game over the last 10. The Senators averaging 2.84. But both these teams are playing decent defense. 2.63 expected goals against for the Canucks, 2.888 for the Sens. So 2 teams are playing better defensively. They're not doing anything special offensively. At a 6, I would only look towards the under in this game. If I'm betting anything in this game, and we've seen unders come through a decent amount. Can I get a 6.5? No. Okay. PointsBet has a 6.5 out there at minus 130. I'd kind of lean in that direction at the minus 130 if I can get PointsBet, which I can't, so unfortunately. So the best available number for me would be under 6 at minus 110. Just a lean for me at the moment, but no play here for me. Just a lean. Canucks. Over 6 in the Canucks. This is a trap at some point. Why has every team been a dog or a pick'em recently against the Sens? I don't know. Canucks game under. Scratch that. Never mind. You're all good. Vancouver in the over 5.5 at plus 260. I can't get the line I want. That's fair. That's fair. We'll move on. The Vegas Golden Knights taking on the Montreal Canadiens, Lake Grand Franchise du Hockey, with the Vegas Golden Knights as minus 160 favorites, total 6.5 in this game. The Vegas Golden Knights are coming in off of, let's get them up here. Golden Knights are coming in off of the game against the Ottawa Senators. They won 3-2. That was off of a shutout loss. Offensively, they've been good. On the flip side, they have the Thuns are coming in off of that game against Edmonton where they won 3-0. They haven't played a game since. So they've had a few days off to prepare for this game. And Montreal, as bad as they've been offensively, which they've really struggled offensively, defensively, they've been better as of late. They are still giving up 3.25 expected goals per game against and only producing 2.81. So they're not a great team by any stretch of the imagination. I do have them projected as a minus or as a plus 130 range in this game. So I see a little bit of an edge if you want to bet the smallest of edges. If you want to get a play on every game, it'd be Montreal or nothing for me. They generally, I've noticed, played the Vegas Golden Knights pretty tough over the last few seasons. I remember them a couple times as big dogs forcing overtimes or winning the games outright. So overall, not a play for me, but it'd be the Hepatons or nothing. And at a 6, I would lean more towards an over. At a 6.5, it's a pass. Which, can you get a 6 in this game? I kind of want the over 6. Minus 6, minus 135, minus 125 on Bovada. So I guess I lean towards the over 6 there at minus 125 on Bovada, but not enough for me to get involved here in this one. Under minus 115 and the Canucks plus 125. I'm assuming that under for the Canucks is 6. I'm going to assume that's an under 6. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Vegas Golden Knights money line. I parlayed. All right. VGK team total over. I can see that pass. Remember when VGK would score 5 goals a game? Yeah, we knew that wasn't sustainable, though. Under 6 at minus 125. And Eichel, 2+ points there. And Barbashev, point as well. Let's keep it going. We have 5 games remaining. Pittsburgh Penguins taking on the Utah Hockey Club. Utah minus 125 favorites, so the total of 6.5 in this game. Now we have Pittsburgh on the second half of a back-to-back in this game. They played last night. They lost to the Winnipeg Jets. They now get Utah in the spot. I do have the Penguins projected as a favorite in this game, but there's no way in hell I'm betting the Penguins at all, especially on the second half of a back-to-back. That is a no thank you for me. But I am looking at, obviously, this is a system play. The last game that Utah played was a 1-0 loss against the Boston Bruins. So now we have Utah coming in off of a shutout loss. There you go. And I will take the over in this game. Let's see the best available number. It will be over 6.5 at -105. So I'll go ahead and take the over in that game there. So over for me. Over. 6.5 -105 in this game for me. So I did not post the Devils game yet on Cappertek. I need to do that. Let me write that note for me there. Devils -1. All right. I need to track that on Cappertek. All right. Over. Just the over for me. I would like to bet Utah, but not at this number. Montreal +0.5 first period, over 5.5, and +1.5, +240. Over 6.5. There you go. Utah Hockey Club team total over 3.5. Utah Coyotes plus team total over 3.5, +110. You spelled the name. You messed up the name. They lost last game, so they get the Hockey Club. They win, and I'll give them the Utah Yetis. Yeah, -135. I took the over 6 last night. Not interested in the sides. Pens have owned Utah in the past, so the new name, same result. Fair. Logan Cooley 3-1. He grew up in Pitt. There you go. And Keller anytime goal as well. Let's continue on. 4 games remaining. The rematch of a Stanley Cup a few years ago. The Dallas Stars and the Tampa Bay Lightning. We have the Stars as -115 favorites, total 6 in this game. I have this game projected for the Stars to be around -115, -120 range. So I think this number is correct. And this total, I have this game projected at 6. So once again, I think that these numbers are 100% correct. And I really don't see too much of an edge in this game. We have the Tampa Bay Lightning, who are playing better hockey as of late. Defensively, they've been good, giving up only 2.77 expected goals against. Stars have been better, 2.657. Overall, it's just not enough of an edge for me to move on anything in this game. I guess gun to head, I'd take a small shot at the Lightning, but not one I feel the need to get involved with at all. The COVID Cup. Yep, the COVID Cup. Pass. Let's keep it going here. Ridiculous number for this game. Let's get into it. New York Islanders and the St. Louis Blues. The Isles, -160 favorites in this game with a total of 5.5. For starters, the 5.5 number is correct. That's 100% correct there. I have that game projected for 5.47 goals, so I think that's spot on. As for the side, should the Islanders be laying $1.60 to anybody right now? No Duclair, no Barzal, no, and they're missing a ton of players. And then you turn around and look that because they've been missing Barzal for a hot minute now. This will be the 11th game without Barzal because they didn't have him with Buffalo, and they haven't since then. And that's the last game, the 10-game sample size I use. So it's been they've had him without Barzal for 10 games now. And they are still only 2 points behind the Buffalo Sabres. With all the players that the Islanders have been missing this year, they are still in the thick of the playoff race. Crazy. Now, do I think the Islanders probably win this game? Maybe. It's their first game back after a long road trip, though, so I don't love that situational spot for them. But it wasn't a good road trip, though. They lost to Detroit. They lost to Calgary. They lost to Seattle. They lost to Edmonton. They went 1-4 on that road trip. Their only win was that really strong performance against Vancouver. Other than that, they did not look at all. They got point got a point against Vancouver or against Calgary. They got a point against Edmonton. So they got the points in 3 of the 5 games, which, considering all the injuries for the Islanders, and you'll take it. Is it something where I want to lay $1.60 with the Islanders? No. Draw? There's a draw because I'm not laying -1 with the Islanders, and I'm not taking them in regulation either. So it's draw, maybe a draw in this spot. And if you have to take a shot at the side, it is Blues or nothing for me. Over 6 in the Tampa Bay game. There you go. Stars and under 7.5 plus 150. Lightning -102. Braden Point plus 140. Blues and under 6.5 plus 270. Draw plus 360. Gensel assist plus 125. New York money line -122. Where are you seeing a -122? They're -160. The Islanders. Where are you seeing a -122? Please let me know. Because the best number I can get you on the Islanders money line is -165. Please let me know. I'm not tracking that. Yeah. What book is that on? Please let me. Yeah. Oh, okay. 166. Okay. Cool. I appreciate that. I wasn't trying to get mad. It's just I'm not going to look over the lines as much. Don't try to mess with me. I know you weren't. That was a mistype, but yeah. Kucherov over points. How profitable has the Isles draws been this year? Really profitable. It's crazy. I feel like I assume just every Islanders game is just going to go to overtime at this point. So it's kind of crazy to think that the Islanders. Here's how many times. They've only gone to overtime 4 times for the last 4 of the last 8 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games they've gone overtime this year. They're 3-5 in those overtime games. So they've played 20 games and 8 of them have needed more than regulation. So there you go. Pass, draw plus 325. Yeah. The under 5.5 as well. There you go. -122. Yeah, you're all good. He's going to live bet them at one. You're all good. You're all good. Why do the Isles always go to overtime? Because they play close competitive games. They play a style of hockey where it lends themselves to more closer games. So I don't trust them to ever lay a -1 or anything on them like that. Wild Devils moneyline parlay plus 200. Not an official play though. Okay. There you go. We'll move on. We have the Buffalo Sabres taking on the San Jose Sharks. The Sabres -150, total of 6 in this game. Let's take a look at the matchup in this game. We finally have covers working, which is nice. The Sharks are coming in off of back-to-back losses. They are 6-11-5. They're 9-11-2 over under. They're 4-4-1 with the Shark Tank. The Sabres 10-9-1, 10-7-3 over under, 6-5. They're 4-4-1 on the road as well. I get it. The Buffalo Sabres team has been fun. There is no way in hell they should be laying $1.50 on the road. I'll tell you that. And this is the last game of a road trip for them. That's the last game of a 4-game road trip, which has been a successful one. And it's the 3rd game in 4 days. Yeah, no, sign me up for some San Jose Sharks team here. Sometimes you got to go swimming with the Sharks. And I'll go swimming with the Sharks tonight here against the Buffalo Sabres. In this spot, I get it. Buffalo's been playing good. They're in a playoff spot for once. Like, that's crazy there. I think this is a terrible situational spot for them, though. And you're giving me plus 135 for a San Jose Sharks team that, yes, this is their 3rd game in 4 days as well. This is their 1st game back after a road trip. They played the Stars and they played the Blues. But I still think at home, this is a good, better spot for the San Jose Sharks than it has been than it is for the Buffalo Sabres. My line for this game was Sabres -120. So give me plus 135 with the Sharks in this game here. A little San Jose action for this one here. Yes, I'm fading Buffalo. But yeah, give me San Jose. Sabres puck line. All right. Sabres team total over 3.5 at plus 105. Sharks money line. Yeah, Sharks plus 130 and the under 6. I hope Buffalo Sabres max effort tonight. Pad stat Sabres. Yeah. I'm out. That was my last play of the day. Good luck. See ya. And we'll head to the last game of the night. A fun one. The Edmonton Oilers and the New York Rangers in this one. Here are the Oilers minus 125, total 6.5 in this game. I do have the Oilers projected as favorites in this game. I do have them projected around minus 140 price tag in this game. So I do have a little bit of value here with the Oilers here. The Rangers are coming off of that 3-2 loss against Calgary, though. So maybe they want to bounce back. But on the flip side, Edmonton's coming off of a loss against Minnesota in their last game where they were on minus 160 home favorites in that matchup there. As for the total, I think this total should have been a 6. So I do have a lead towards the under in this game. Not overly enamored with the under in this game, though, because I know both these teams offensively. I trust them more offensively than defensively. The Rangers have kind of struggled a little bit as of late. But I think also that's kind of one game really buoying their numbers here. So that's another reason why I'm kind of staying off this spot is because I'm waiting for kind of my numbers to reset there with the Rangers because once you get the Capitals game off my numbers here, it'll balance out their numbers a little bit better. At 6.5, I would only look towards the under, and I would only look towards the Oilers in this game. But I'm going to end the night with the pass. I'll be paying attention to Sharks Sabres at the end of the night there. So that is, we made it through an hour and 51 minutes in. Thank you everybody who, for some reason, watched the entire show here. I appreciate that. So I'll head back to the chat. Mr. VGK breakdown. Any leans? VGK. Where the goal is? It was Canadians or nothing for me if I'm betting it, but I didn't bet it. So it would be Montreal or nothing. Rangers money line. There you go. Need to bring back the house cleaning or scroller. Yeah. Reverse Sabres day. Buffalo plus 0.5, under 7.5, and Sharks plus 1.5. Buffalo money line. Wow, that is super confusing. Okay, so tied at the end of the first period. Maybe a 3-3, maybe a 4-3 overtime win for the San Jose Sharks. There you go. Rangers play up and down to their competition. There you go. If it wasn't Reimer, I wouldn't mind taking the juice, but still get value. Oilers money line. It would be plus 650 if I did the 6.5. Yeah. Under 6 for the Ranger game. You can get under 6.5 for the Rangers. Drewski, let me know what the game that is because you can get 6.5 at that price for the Rangers. So there. But that is everything for today's card. Thank you guys all for watching. You know what? Let's quickly, before we head on out, let's quickly look at scores real quick for some of these college football games. Currently 7-0 Indiana. All right. 10-7 Miami. 0-0 at the end of the first quarter in that Ole Miss game. 7-0 Ole Miss. 3-0 Rutgers. 3-0 Iowa. 14-7 Syracuse. 3-0 Boston College. 7-0 Jacksonville State. 0 and that Georgia game hasn't tipped off yet. All right, so nothing crazy there. I'm really looking forward to the Notre Dame game later. That's my favorite play on the card there for college football. But that is it for today's show. Let's quickly tag the chat one more time, and then we will head on out. The Oilers game. That's a 6.5. Yeah. Actually, never mind. This is a good Oilers spot. Last road game for the Rangers. All right, I will uncheck that one there for you. All right, that is everything for today's card. I want to thank you guys as always for watching, and we'll catch you guys same time, same place tomorrow for another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Good luck, everyone.